All right. Well, it is my delight to introduce you to Kathy Ashton. And so sorry, I'm doing 5 things at once. Okay, here we go. Kathy is with Flourish Live Naturally. She's coming to us today from Bentleigh, Victoria, Australia. And she helps women who are over 40 with thyroid issues with the KIT healing program. She's a medicinal nutritionist, a practitioner, and I think loves and plant-based supplements. So we're delighted to hear from you today, Kathy. So welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And here we go. So I am a medicinal nutritionist, but I'm also a research nerd and a practitioner who leaves no stone unturned in the endeavor of helping a client feel the very best they can, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. So that's pretty much what I do. But a lot of people will say to me, but what is a medicinal nutritionist? So a medicinal nutritionist is someone who uses food as medicine to assist my clients with chronic ongoing health concerns. I've studied disease processes and how we use food, or the food that we eat, how that will impact on those particular given conditions, how it harms them and how it will heal them. And I firmly believe that food should be our first go-to whenever we're looking at a chronic health concern. I mainly specialize in women over the age of 40, but it doesn't just have to be women. So I speak to a lot of men as well. And most of them have a thyroid condition or they have a weight issue. So a lot of these women will feel, people who come to see me will often say that they're tired all the time. They suffer from foggy brain. They're putting on weight for no apparent reason. They've changed nothing in their diet, but if they drink a glass of water, that they're putting on weight. They're doing everything normal, but all of a sudden they're getting these little bits of weight coming on, and they really don't know how to get it off. They think it's also normal, right? So it's just part of aging, but it doesn't have to be. They're getting aches and pains. And again, they think it's normal. It's part of the aging process, but that doesn't have to be either. They're not sleeping well and they don't tolerate the cold. They might be suffering from hair loss. These are all signs of the thyroid is a bit of a problem and needs a bit of a help. I tend to be that go-to person when people have tried everything. So they've looked at every diet under the sun. They've been to every specialist. They've gone to every doctor. They've done every test. And they've seen a naturopath and they've seen, they've gone to GPs or TCM or all sorts of other modalities. And they don't get any answers. They're still feeling exactly the same way. Or they may have even been put on medication. But they've been putting on medication, but they still feel crappy, technical term. So they're wanting to know, well, what can they do to feel better? Most times when they go, especially when people get diagnosed with an autoimmune condition, they'll ask the doctor, is there something I can do with my diet? And pretty much they'll be told, no, diet plays no part in any of these things. There's no evidence to support it. And that's just not true. That is totally 100% not true. Diet should be our first port of call, should absolutely be where we go. They're drugs. We put it into our mouth 3 times a day, and we need to be looking at that, renovating that, and then look to see what the symptoms are and how we're feeling afterwards. So lifestyle plays a really, really big part of it. So these are the people that I see in my business. They also have extremely busy lives and they just want to get on top of their health. They're sick of feeling this way and they're sick of feeling hopeless and helpless. I've been in this situation. My husband was diagnosed with MS back in 2003, which has led me down this pathway of becoming a medicinal nutritionist and looking at food as medicine and how I can help and how I help him. He is now also a medicinal nutritionist. I got sick of looking after him, so I made him go back to uni and study too. So that was a bit of fun. So now we just have arguments about biochemical pathways instead of MS. So it's all fun. Most people that will come to see me, when I call myself that last go-to person, so they've been to see everybody else and then they're finally prepared or they've had a little inkling in the back of their head going, I wonder if it's the food that I eat. I wonder if I should go and see someone. But maybe a dietitian they've seen in the past and it still hasn't worked, then someone will recommend me. And they're finally prepared to do whatever it takes to feel better. And they're the clients that I want. They're the ones I want to get my hands on, because I want people to come to me when they're prepared to strip naked and run down the middle of Main Street. You know, this is what we want. If you're not prepared to do that, maybe I'm not your practitioner. But basically, I don't ask you to do that. I never ask anybody to do anything that I'm not prepared to do. And let me tell you, I'm not running down Main Street naked. However, that's what we sort of do. We use food as medicine, and food as medicine can make a huge difference. The thyroid, just a little bit of help here. The thyroid is a little gland, sits here, that is often misdiagnosed, misunderstood, and totally mistreated. It controls our basal metabolism, and every cell in the human body requires thyroid hormones. There are 10 different steps involved in making thyroid hormones. It's not just about TSH. And at each of these steps, something can go wrong. The things in our everyday life that can influence these steps and cause an issue are diet, especially the amount of fat we consume. This is especially important. Keeping fat to under 20 grams per day is vitally important when it comes to both weight loss and thyroid issues, as well as endometriosis and a whole lot of other disease processes. Inflammation will downregulate the enzymes that convert our inactive T4 thyroid hormones to active T3, the active form of our thyroid hormones, and it will downregulate the hormone called hormone-sensitive lipase, which allows us to burn fat. So if we're inflamed, we got to take care of that, right? So this is super important. At Flourish, we've made our own supplements, whole food plant-based supplements, and one of them will be using that and addressing that. Another part of it is stress. Stress will cause a problem with the thyroid hormones. It rises cortisol, the stress hormone, and this will see a decrease in your thyroid hormones. It's biochemically what happens. High cortisol, low thyroid hormone. Go to get a blood test. Doctor says you've got a thyroid issue, puts you on thyroid medication. You don't feel better. There's more to the story. And our thought processes. The more negative our thought patterns, the higher the stress response, thereby creating inflammation, high cortisol, and a downward spiral that's going to compromise your health. Food as medicine is a powerful, powerful healing modality and can really help change and transform someone's health. Not only thyroid issues, but endometriosis, fibromyalgia, cardiovascular, MS, all of these diseases. I love doing speaking gigs about health concerns such as how to reduce inflammation, how to have the best gut microbiome, and how the gut microbiome will impact productivity, immunity, and many other conditions. I love to do online masterclasses, again, all about education. I'm such a research nerd, and I'm about, if I can empower you to understand your disease process, it's so much easier to heal from that, right? Really, really good. And transitioning to a whole food plant-based diet regime can be super daunting. You know, it can be really, Kathy, you just want me to eat potatoes for a whole week? What on earth do I do? So I like to do online cooking classes as well. I like to give you recipes out the wazoo, and so you know how to do it, and life becomes super delicious and super easy and really fabulous thing to do. So my best power partners are PTs, corporates who wish to help their employees by doing lunch and learns, gyms, anyone who wants to educate their members or their employees. They're the sort of people that I'm looking to partner with. So that's me, Kathy Ashton from Flourish Live Naturally, helping people over the age of 40 to transform their health and be the very best version of themselves well into their 90s.
Very nice.
I'm based in Melbourne, Australia, too, if you just want to know. But we
thank you
these
so
days,
much.
so we're worldwide.
Thank you. So, Kathy, you wanted to tell us about your new course.
Thank you very much. So I have a course starting on the 1st of February called the Kit Healing Program, and that addresses everything that I've been talking about this morning. So that inflammation, stress, all of these sorts of things. So the Kit program, it's a 12-month course, and it's me holding your hand. So I'm going to hold your hand. You have me in your pocket, so you've got access to me 24/7. So via email, via text message, via our online Facebook page, and one-on-one consults throughout the year that you have me, that we are able to take your health, transform it, tweak it, do everything that you need to pop out the other side. One of the ladies, or two of the ladies, I'll tell you quickly, that did our Kit Healing Program leading up to Christmas. Oh, Lordy, why would you try and change your diet leading up to Christmas? But many of them did. One of them lost over 50 kilos. Another one lost 32 kilos, I think she did. And the majority of everybody else in the program lost around about the 10 kilo mark. And they loved it. It absolutely transformed the way they were feeling coming into Christmas, giving them more energy, making them sleep better, and so on and so forth. It's a wonderful program, and the next one starts on the 1st of February.
Mm-hmm. So how
And
do people
Kathy,
contact you? Oh, go ahead, Dia.
I'll just say quickly, and that was an 8-week program, remember? Wasn't
That
the
was an
12 months. Yeah.
No, that's right. That was an 8-week program. So thank you, dear, for drawing that to my attention. It was only for 8 weeks. So in 8 weeks, someone lost 32 kilos and another one lost over 50, and everybody else lost around 10. In 8 weeks, it's just amazing. And I've extended it from that 8 weeks now so people can continue that transformation right through for 12 months. So because change is a lifetime thing, right? It doesn't happen in 8 weeks and then you fall off, get back on what you were doing, eat yourself into a disease, eat yourself out. It's 12 months of me holding your hand and loving you, because that's what I love to do.
Awesome. Okay, very good. So tell us how we contact you.
So if you're interested, you can drop me an email to Kathy at FlourishLN, Flourish, FLOURISH, L for Larry, N for Nelly, FlourishLN.com.au. Just send me an email. I'd love to have a discovery chat with you, or a discovery email with you to let you know more about the KIT program.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kathy. It's a delight to hear from you and hear your story and hear your passion about what you do. And I'm sure there are many people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired, who